Did someone say in court that made you burst out laughing? When my son was in elementary school, he was beaten up by two older kids to the point he required hospital care. Since the two boys were going into high school next year and it was the last day of school, both the principal and superintendent said there was nothing they could really do, so I called the police and had them charged. One officer went to the hospital to see my son, and two more took the boys away in handcuffs at the school. When the case went to court, I told my son to be as honest as possible, and don't guess. The boys had a history of being in trouble, so their parents made sure to hire a good criminal lawyer. My son was on the stand for over an hour being grilled by the lawyer, and the judge was getting fed up. The lawyer asked my son, "How do you know who was kicking you?" Basically, he said I was being kicked by a Doc Marten shoe, which was on a foot, which was on a leg, which was on a body, and his head was on it. I could see the judge shaking in silent laughter and a stenographer laughing in a dictaphone. The courtroom was pretty much silent with muffled laughter. The lawyer also stood away from my son and holding his ear, said he had bad hearing and to speak up. My son was very nervous and scared, showing it by speaking very quietly. Finally, my son turned to the judge and said, "Can I ask you a question?" The judge said, "Sure." My son said, "In which is he hard of hearing because he is going back and forth between both ears?" Same muffled laughter. The judge glared at my son and said, "If my hearing is that bad, I will be ending your questioning with a wink." He told me later, apparently this went on with all the other witnesses and the case was dismissed from all the conflicting statements. This lawyer must have cost the parents a bundle. The police officer in charge of the case visited us about a month later to see how my son was doing. He also said that he was impressed with my son in court and gave him his card. All our children make us proud.